Comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
The role of a woman in the society is to submit. Birth control are the pills of the devil. Education is so fundamental to the development of a people. Hang murderers. Simple as that. What am I voting for? Voting will change nothing.
Tout le monde haïtien, como yé. God save the Queen.
Broadcasting live from ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. Welcome to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, I'm a member of the local Catholic Christian community. I welcome everyone. And of course, please do not forget, we are also broadcasting live on 105.3 FM, The Beat. It is the newest, the youngest radio station here within the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. So folks, I welcome you. Today is Friday, the 9th of March, 2018. I salute all the Bahamian women as leader of the Woman Dem. Well, folks, here comes the judge. Everybody knows that Dame Joan Sawyer is a former Chief Justice and a former President of the Court of Appeal. It is amazing how time runs swiftly. Just the other day, Dame Joan Sawyer, prior to the general election, she argued that if Jehovah God can do something with a jackass, she said, certainly he could do something with Hubert Alexander Minnis. Well, it's now March. The election was in May of last year. And now it's March and Dame Joan Sawyer has doubts. She, by her sentiments, has expressed a lack of confidence in the Prime Minister. So we're going to look at some of the things she has to say, because it is very, very important that the whole country participate in the discussion. I'm also going to look once again at the forensic audit report, because I'm conducting my investigation. I want to know, who is Anthony Ferguson? Who is he? And the fact that he has this company that the F&M is complaining about. So I had to go to the companies section and take control of the certificate of incorporation. I want to know who incorporated this company and who all in here is either connected to the F&M and or to the PLP. I got it right here. I'll show it to you, because among these Negroes, unless you produce the easily verifiable facts, they have doubts. They're like Thomas. You know what kind of man Thomas was? Unless he put his finger in the print of our Lord, he had doubt. So there's all kinds of things to talk about. I'm going to be talking about gangsterism, because there are some things that my party and government has failed to reveal to the public. And you know why? When government fails to be accountable and transparent, it's because they have something to hide. Lord have mercy. This government, boy, this is Freedom March. I'll be right back after the break. So stay tuned with me. My spiritual advisor, I don't know where he is. Hurry up, come, spiritual advisor. It's Friday.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. This is Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome once again to Freedom March. My name is Rodney Monker. I'm a Justice of the Peace here in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. And of course, I'm a member of the local Catholic Church community. Well, folks, my spiritual advisor is not in studio yet, so I'm going to read something from the Roman Catholics' Missal celebrating the Eucharist. Today, as you are aware, is the 10th of March, 2018. Pour your grace into our hearts, we pray, O Lord, that we may be constantly drawn away from unruly desires, that obey by your own gift the heavenly teaching you give us through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God forever and ever. Amen. Well, folks, once again, I welcome each and every one of you. I had an interesting call this morning from a man, and having listened to him, I concluded that he was a County Joe Bahamian. He was extremely upset with the government of the Bahamas, and particularly with Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Minnis. His argument is that he thought that after the election was over, that the FNM government made a fundamental error when they assumed power immediately without consultation with the outgoing PLP government. I decided that I would just listen to what he has to say and offer no alternative argument. As he spoke, my mind took me to the United States presidential election, in which there is a cooling off period after a president-elect has been declared, and there is a period for handing over. I thought, in view of the fact that he raised the point and he felt that we needed something almost similar, even though he didn't come out and say that. But I listened to him, and he's upset because he says that there were questions that the FNM should have been told, should have been informed by the PLP government. But he felt that the process, the handing over, even though he did not use those words, took place so quickly, and that there were information that he felt that the PLP could have provided to the FNM. And he feels that perhaps this is why the FNM is so lost. I think I'll be fair to him and just say it. Sir, I tried my best to get your point over to the public. Let me start off by saluting women all over the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. I salute you. And I salute the women them on the island of Grand Bahama. And I want to go particularly to Sea Grapes and Jonestown, where I shall recognize Misak, Forbes, and Hebine. Listen, I've received reports that y'all three are three wonderful women, and that y'all support my leadership, and that y'all have rejected gender equality. And I thank God that Bahamian women are recognizing the hands of the devil. And I also want to take this opportunity to salute Queenie Gibson, who currently lives in Freeport. She is one of the women them. And then there's a 6-year-old boy whose birthday is today, Gabriel Delancey. Gabriel, happy birthday. And this comes from your father, Mr. International, Dion Delancey. And hey, Gabriel, I'm told that you are the leader of the children them. And I also want to say to Gabriel, Gabriel, you're a great kid. Happy birthday. And make sure your dad bring me a piece of cake. Now I go to Topham Bay, Eleuthera, because the woman them have sent this special request. And I promised them before we begin to talk issues, I'll do the shout out. And so I want to wish a happy birthday to our wonderful sister, Nola Dean, in beautiful Topham Bay, Eleuthera, who will be celebrating her birthday on Sunday, the 11th of March, 2018. Enjoy your day, sis, and God bless you with many more to come. And these greetings come from Raymond, Troy, Cheryl, Marilyn, and Katrina, especially from your mother, Marilyn L. Sands. So listen, have a happy, happy birthday. Well, folks, there's all this talk about the Water and Sewerage Corporation. And there's all this talk about the incorporation of the company and the fact that a Negro lady by the name of Marlene Poitier, currently in the employment of the law firm of Davis & Co., is reported to be a shareholder. And then, of course, there emerged the name of a Negro man. And I decided, let me check to see who these people are. Well, I have confirmed who Marlene Poitier is. And I do know that she does work in the law firm of Davis & Co. I wanted to see, when was this company, Nassau Island Development Company Limited, when was it incorporated? And who incorporated it? Well, according to this certificate of incorporation, this is a photocopy of it. That company number is 51959, 51,959. And this company was incorporated on the 8th of July, 2014. Nope, 2004. Let me repeat it again. This company was incorporated on the 8th of July, 2004. Now, my mother hails from Exuma. She has a cousin. He's now deceased. He's a former assistant commissioner of police, Avery Ferguson. Well, cousin Avery Ferguson, his wife, he married a white English woman from England, Joan Ferguson. Well, Joan Ferguson, she was the lawyer of record that incorporated this company. Did I call the company name? The company is known as Nassau Island Development Company Limited. Remember the forensic auditing report that I showed you yesterday, in which there's some talk about this company getting this contract? Well, that is the name of the company. It is interesting to note that the person who has the most share in this company is Anthony Larry Ferguson. Anthony Larry Ferguson is a retired police officer. And I do recall, I know Anthony Larry Ferguson from he was a young boy. Although I must confess, he and I are about the same age. I believe I have him by a year or two, but I've known him from he was a youth. The last time I associated him with a politician, it was with the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. Larry was the senior person who was assigned to the security detail of the then Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram. I wanted to pursue Larry a little more. I wanted to explore what this is. But my political instinct tells me that because I know personally that he was assigned to the former Prime Minister Hubert Alexander Ingram, I've just decided during the break, that I'm going to put away this file on Larry and Merlin Portier and not deal with it until I have an opportunity to sit down with Mr. Ingram and ask him some question. Now, you may ask, why am I doing it? I have taken a political decision ever since Mr. Ingram asked me in 2018 to protect him. I'm not suggesting that he has done anything untoward, but I have decided that I shall exercise caution whenever a man and or a woman in politics that I can link to Mr. Ingram. So Larry Ferguson, sleep well tonight. I'm not going to discuss you. I'm going to first talk with Mr. Ingram. And there are reasons for that, because I know that at one time the law firm was called Christie, Ingram, and Co. And I find it interesting that you, Larry, emerges as the owner of this company. And then you, by the F&M, in their attempt to link you to the former Deputy Prime Minister, Philip Brave Davis. And I find it interesting that together you served Ingram, who was a part of Christie, Ingram, and Co. Co. was always Philip Brave Davis. That was the law firm. So folks, I am playing today cover up. What am I playing? Cover up. I hope to see Mr. Ingram. Then when I see Mr. Ingram, I shall ask him some question, because the current lawyer assigned to this company is also one of the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram personal supporter. And at one time, she worked in Mr. Ingram's office. And Papa is always particular how you handle people who have been faithful and loyal to him politically. And so, I know that Anthony Larry Ferguson was with Papa. The new lawyer, Ruth Bowe Dowell, she's a Papa girl. She used to work in the office of the Prime Minister when Mr. Ingram first came to power between 1992 and 1997. So my political instinct tells me, man, you better put this back. Don't deal with this until you have cleared it with the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram. I'm protecting Papa. Nobody else but Papa. So Papa, I'm coming to see you so I can show you all these documents. So Papa could help me, because I know that Larry Anthony Ferguson, he was one of Papa's most faithful men. How that sound? See, when I'm covering up, I admit it. See, my cover up is not corrupt. My cover up is smart. So we'll put this on the side. Now, there is something that ministers them ain't tell y'all. But they got me to deal with, because I'm F&M and I'm committed to exposing F&M corruption. Very committed to doing it. Now, there is a place for those of you in Grand Bahama, and it's Grand Bahama, that I'm principally concerned about as we talk about this gangster organization, Oban. As we talk about it, it's the F&M telling us everything because the former Chief Justice, Dame Joan Sawyer, is suspicious. She's very concerned that the F&M is not accountable, that they're not answering anything. All right? Well, it's Dame Joan Sawyer, her and Janet Boswick and Hanfield. They were marching up and down the place. All right? They were pushing for Minnis. But anybody looking at Minnis could see that Minnis was going to be the worst prime minister in the history of the country. But they pushed for Minnis. Now Dame Joan Sawyer got a nice juicy job. I think she must be in charge of some immigration board to determine who should get citizenship. All right? But she's now recognizing that Minnis and this crew of Negroes who's running this country is grossly incompetent. So we're going to have to look at all these things as we attempt to clarify and to point out to the people of Freeport that there is a place called the South Riding Point crude oil storage and transshipment terminal, also known as the Bahamas Terminal. And it is situated on Grand Bahama at a place they call South Riding Point. And that's where they operate this terminal. And this terminal is owned by the Bahamas government. So the Bahamas government, through BAIC, has already contracted that place out. And that is one of the places where it is poisoning the environment. We know about Baco. Now I'm reminding you about the South Riding Point crude oil storage. These are information that many of our people may have forgotten. And many of us are not aware that BAIC, some people say, that's where they get their money, the fun little things. This is Freedom March. I'll be right back as I attempt to expose my party, the F&M. Dame Joan Sawyer, what you expected? I'll be right back after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas, while simultaneously broadcasting on 105.3 FM, The Beat. My name is Rodney Monker. I've been doing some research, so I'm going to read a little bit of it to you so that you can get a little background history. The South Riding Point crude oil storage and transshipment terminal, also known as the Bahamas Terminal, is situated at Grand Bahama Island. South Riding Point operates the terminal. Initially, South Riding Point Terminal leased the terminal from the Bahamian government agency, Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. That is what this document tells me. But when I was on the adjournment, a Negro citizen called me to say that they are actually leasing the seabed from BAIC, the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation. So I thought I'll provide that information, but I am reading from a document that they have on somebody's website online. So, in 1989, Canada's World Point Terminal acquired the terminal facility for storage of crude oil bound for North America and as a break bulk point for transshipment operations. However, the company agreed to sell the terminal along with a 50% interest in Freeport tug and towing services to Statoil Hydro for $263.2 million in July of 2009. Statoil Hydro plans to upgrade the terminal facilities to blend all kinds of crude oil. Sales agreement with Statoil Hydro. The transaction is expected to be completed by October of 2009, taking into consideration I'm reading from a document that I found online. Statoil Hydro plans to upgrade the terminal's facilities to blend all kinds of crude oil. In case of failure to complete by schedule time, the agreement will be considered terminated unless the deadline is extended. However, completion of the agreement depends on factors including an extension of the lease with the Bahamian government, due diligence investigation, approval from several Bahamian government agencies, and corporate restructuring being completed to WPT's satisfaction. SRPTL is one of the closest storage and transshipment facilities providers to the U.S. and has a total storage capacity of around 5.25 million barrels. Apart from storage and transshipment of crude oil, the terminal's revenue sources include tug operations, fees collected at terminals, and marine service charges. Transshipment operations allow crude oil to be transferred from large and ultra-large crude carriers to smaller shuttle-sized vessels. Vessel-to-vessel transshipment can also be carried out between berths. The crude oil is finally delivered through smaller shuttle-sized vessels as the U.S. Gulf and East Coast ports have comparatively shallow water access infrastructure. The terminal houses a crude oil tank farm on shore. Two 36-inch submarine pipelines connect the onshore tank farm to the Sea Island offshore docking facility. The onshore facility comprises 10 large crude oil storage tanks with a capacity for 6.75 million barrels. The offshore facility, Sea Island, facilitates the safe berthing of different size oil tankers ranging between ships over 500,000 ton at waters depths of 105 feet and 30,000 to 150,000 dead weight tons in water depths of 85 feet. SRPTL has a total storage capacity of around 5.25 million barrels. The crude oil is transferred between the storage tanks and vessels at hourly flow rates of up to 100,000 barrels from the Sea Island Command Center. The construction of two new tanks, each with 750,000 barrel capacity, was completed in 2008. Repair work to an offshore jetty that was damaged by hurricanes in 2004 and 2005 was completed in 2008. Environmental impact, pollution control. The South Riding Point Terminal has on-site capability for launches and tugs that are fitted with beach cleanup equipment, dispersant spraying equipment, and containment bombs. The company employs an anti-pollution mechanism to monitor and take suitable action against pollution calls that are brought to its notice. I don't know why I'm reading it to you, but for some reason I'm doing it because when we examine what the F&M is allowing Oban Energies to do, some of these safeguards that I've read to you, it appears that there will be no enforcement. They will not be compelled to do these things. That's the way it looks to me. Therefore, the other day, the former Court of Appeal President, Dame Joan Sawyer, expressed concerns surrounding the $5.5 billion oil refinery and storage facility complex in East Grand Bahama and questioned what controls are in place to govern the operation at the facility. My main concern with that is that it is set for Grand Bahama, which is part of the island that my family tree is. Dame Jones said, following the Bahamas Industrial Tribunal and the Department of Labor 2018 seminar. So, she is now complaining. She wants to know what are the controls that are there for the Bahamian people and for our future. Can anybody point me to them? And like I said, this is Joan Sawyer. I don't have any particular loyalty to anybody except the Bahamian people. When the Minister administration signed what appeared to be the heads of agreement on February 19 with Oban non-executive chairman Peter Kruger, there were concerns that an environmental impact assessment had not yet been completed. At the time, Kruger said that the environmental impact assessment will be completed in 45 days. According to the official heads of agreement signed by Oban President Satpal Dana, once Oban has completed the EIA, the government, upon receipt of it, has 60 days to offer feedback. The government shall not have the right to terminate these heads of agreement based upon any EIA report, but instead shall work with the developer to mitigate any concerns the agreement knows. Now, it is important here because Dame Joan Sawyer, according to The Guardian, she stopped short of saying whether what the government was doing was illegal. And Dame Joan Sawyer says, and it's important for us to know, that she was asked yesterday about the controversial signing of the heads of agreement where Kruger did not sign his own name, but Dunner's name instead. Dame Joan Sawyer, and let us not forget who she is. She is a retired Chief Justice and President of the Court of Appeal. Dame Joan insisted that the Attorney General address the matter. You heard what is happening there? That is a matter between them because as a civil servant and as a public officer and my training, even in English, what we do is if we sign something and it's not for us to sign, we say for so-and-so. She said, I would put my name and say for so-and-so. And that's what I would expect Mr. Kruger to have done for Mr. Dunner. But he didn't do that. And I don't know why. And I don't know their company history. I don't know what their policies are regarding the appending of signatures. To say anything more without knowing the facts would be perhaps anticipating without knowing. She stopped short of saying whether the act, and the act is where Peter Kruger signed Dunner's name, was legal. In fact, the Attorney General should be answering the question that you just asked me about the Oban matter. So Dame Joan Sawyer is saying that Carl Bettel should be answering the question. Now let us not forget that the last time Carl was giving an accounting, he was in Sweden talking to some white people, and all he did was lie to them. That's the Attorney General. He lied. All right? So Dame Jones says he's the government's main advisor. He should be the one answering that question. And the Nassau Guardian then attempted to ask Attorney General Carl Bettel about the matter on Tuesday, but he opted not to comment and simply noted that it was going to be discussed during the weekly cabinet meeting. Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis has said that he will comprehensively speak to matters surrounding Oban Energies when he makes his contribution to the mid-year budget debate. But Dame Joan Sawyer added yesterday that the government must be answerable to the public for what they have done. That's why my whole point in the lead up to the last election, that there were no answers being given to the public, she said. There were 200 questions under the last administration that were not answered. And if this government goes along the same line and behaves the same way, do you think the public will react the same way at the end, or will they last as long as 5 years? Ask whether she believes the Minnis administration is being answerable to the public. Dame Joan Sawyer said, quote, "Can you point me to an answer? Can you point me to an answer they have given? Point me to one answer they have given." So Dame Joan Sawyer has now lost confidence in those set of Negroes. All right? It's very important that we understand what is taking place in the FNM. So this issue becomes even more complex every day. More complex, because we're dealing with a government who has opened their arms to gangsters. That's what they have done. And they are contemptuous of us. All right? And we know why they are contemptuous of us. I gave you a secret yesterday. I told you that Kruger and them is not as big as you think they are. See, there's a lot of land that the Minnis family have come into possession of. A lot of land. And some people are saying the land is in that area. That's why Boxer them mad with me. But that's what they get with their stupid self. They should have called me on the side and said, listen, we got interest. Focus on something else. And I like Boxer. I don't look elsewhere, but they ain't tell me. So this thing is smack of corruption. All right? I don't want to say everything. I don't want to say how that I'm receiving information that Sir Cecil may have helped them to get some of that land. I don't want to say some of these things, because we got the information. And we know that this piece of contract, if you're looking for gangsterism, it's this. It has all the trappings. Show you the trappings. This is how Minnis got compromised. What does it involve? It involved friends. It involved families. And it involved lovers. You see the combination for corruption? That's what's going on. All right? Family, friends, and lovers. And that's what's going on. It's just corruption. All right? And so we have to get ready to put pressure on the FNM, because Freeport, the people of Grand Bahama, y'all are in danger. Because these set of people, they don't have to do no environmental impact assessment. So that's what we are faced with. And it's so disturbing. Oh boy, when will I find me some Negroes who love us? They don't like black people, you know. Y'all don't believe it, hey? Take it from me. They don't like black people. They don't. I always knew ministers didn't like black people. You could easily tell. I bet y'all can't tell when black people don't like black people. I could tell. Just watch minutes. You could see he does not like black people. And I can't understand it. Because Minnie's black. So the least he could do is to like some black people. All right? It's a bunch of corruption. All right? I just stumbled over a piece of corruption. But I can't say nothing. I'm compromised. The country is small. Right? And the fella they're doing the little corruption for, I know him. And if I open up my mouth, he'll curse me for days. Because all he could do is curse. And then he would accuse me of being jealous. And I ain't jealous. They don't have to do the thing for him in a dishonest way. Just do it lawfully. They ain't got to hide nothing. Just do it openly. Right? But it's a nice, and to be honest with you, it's a sweet piece of corruption. Man, they for them good? They are good. But we're in trouble. We are in trouble. But it's my prayer and hope that one day God will send me some Negroes who's going to be honest, who's going to love us, who's going to be concerned about our health, don't want us to get cancer, don't want us to be poisoned by all them foolishness. In Grand Bahama, oh, I'm so sorry for the people of Grand Bahama. If y'all only know what this FNM is about to do to y'all. You hear me? And I can give you another story. Carl Bettel is upset. You see this contract with Minister them got? Carl ain't know nothing about the contract, you know. I've spoken to a Negro expert, and the Negro told me that the level of language the janitress and the Attorney General would have done it better. Carl don't know nothing about this. I can help to clear him. This menace playing emperor by himself. You even got some people in the cabinet. They are not aware of what's going on. You hear me? This menace playing, he can negotiate by himself. And I'm not saying that he can't, but it's never a good idea. You bring in your technical people. You bring in your exploit. And poor Carl. They make Carl look stupid. But I know Carl. And if there's one man who has a unique command of the English language, it is Carl Bettel. You hear me? Carl Bettel has a unique command of the English language. But Menace run off by himself. All right? Playing intellectual. All right? That's what's going on. And I don't know what is going on with Camille, because you know, we are celebrating International Year of the Woman. And Camille has been a battered woman, you know. I bet you all ain't know that. That's why I don't say anything. Because I wondered whether or not this incompetence that we are saying from Sister Camille Johnson is due to the fact that she has been subjected to battered woman syndrome. And anytime you batter the woman, sometimes they don't know what they're doing. It's a long story. I don't want to bring it up because her brother is such a good friend. And he wouldn't understand why I would be talking these kind of things about his sister. But that's what's going on. It's a bunch of nonsense. You hear me? The cabinet is divided. Some of them ain't no ministers was doing these things. All right? That's what's going on. Poor Carl. Ask Carl. Carl is trying to see if he can do damage control. They got some smart people in the Attorney General office who know how to do these things. But this Menace, all right? Menace is trying to pretend like he's Hubert Ingram. And I'll give him a secret. Papa never did it this way. Hubert Alexander Ingram never did it this way because Ingram recognized it is a matter of trust. I'm just tired of these Negroes. I should find me another island in the Bahamas to hide from y'all. Okay? The police woke me up this morning. You know, I'm a justice of the peace. They woke me up this morning and I thought they wanted me to sign a warrant of arrest because as a justice of the peace, I have the powers to sign warrants of arrest and or warrants of search. Okay? And there's always be concern when the police may want me to execute. Well, I was happy when I discovered what the officer called about. He said to me that Marvin Dames got up in the House of Assembly, but ain't make no provision to pay the police reservists. If I have it correctly, they have not been paid in the last 3 months. Now something got to be wrong with that. That you have policemen doing the midnight shift. All right? I know one policeman that they didn't pay. The next thing I know, the devil tempted him and he stole something. I don't want to say what he stole, because if I said it, everybody would be able to identify him. It took me years to man up and ask him, man, how you could have thiefed that? How you could have thiefed that? And then, of course, he said, man, I didn't really want to thief it, but they waked me so hard and wouldn't pay me. And I was tempted. I felt horrible. Marvin, would you please pay these people? It is not a good thing to have people employed in law enforcement and they're complaining over how they are not being paid. So I promised the policeman that I'll come here on Freedom March and curse you out, subject to him not arresting me. So I'm not going to use obscenities, but Marvin, I fire at you a £5 note. You know what is a £5 note? And if you're not sure, ask your dad, who is a retired senior officer. Pay the policeman, they're complaining. And I got to hear these complaints. And I keep promising them every time they complain, I'll come and I'll remind you. You talk about crime is done. Well, that's a good thing if crime is done. But if you're not paying the police and they're waking the ghost ship, all kind of things out there, you know, and all kind of temptation. So we have to pray for the police to resist the temptation. And may Marvin Dames pay them. My spiritual advisor, you are in studio with me. How are you?
I'm doing well.
What are we going to do this Friday?
Well, I don't know. But before we get to that, you know, it's interesting. Whenever I speak to the Minister of National Security, do you know that he tells me that you're his friend?
Of course.
But yet you want to curse him out on TV?
Do you know?
Hold
on a second.
I mean, it's not
Friend?
right, though.
It's more than that. His nephew and I.
He has high regard for you, Mr. Monica, but you want to curse him out.
His nephew.
As if he has money in his
sister, sons,
Boy,
and I have the same Y chromosome. What you laughing about? His nephews are Moncas. You didn't know that?
Oh, yes, that's right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I could think of one in particular.
Yeah. All them handsome, pretty children. The Moncas give his family.
Yeah, man, he says you're his friend.
Of course I'm his friend.
But listen, you can't blame the Minister of National Security. He doesn't hold the purse.
How you mean he doesn't hold the police?
He doesn't have the purse to pay the police, Mr. Monica.
Well, I say stick the Minister of Finance up, Marvin, and get the money for the police. Okay? Just stick him up. Go in the House of Assembly.
He can't go to jail for that.
Grab your pen and say, Minister, pay the police. You better pay the police. Because remember what I said, the last police that y'all didn't pay, finally, I knew why he did that stealing. I'm still embarrassed over it. All right? So pay the police.
Yeah, because we don't want the police stealing. We don't want them to get into temptation.
Yeah.
Once they pay on time, they can use their monies for what they need, of course.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, it's Friday.
It's the weekend, Mr. Monica.
This is Freedom March. Oh, I'm tired of this weightless F&M government. I'll be right back after the break.
Freedom March with Rodney Monker will be right back after this. Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV Studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. We are also broadcasting on the newest radio station, 105.3 FM, The Beat. My spiritual advisor, Bradley Roll, is in studio with me. Bradley, how are you?
I'm doing great, Mr. Monica. I'm doing great, man.
I now am in possession of some supper sale tickets. All right? Although I've cursed out the Christian Council, I have a soft heart. And so I think the people give me 10 tickets, but I can only find 9. I can't figure it out. So let me count one more time. Spiritual advisor, as I put these tickets down, would you kindly count?
1.
Count loud.
Why do you do this? 2, 3, 4, 6.
A 6? You can get me in trouble.
You
I don't
showed
want.
two down.
I don't want the church to accuse me of thieving the ticket,
You
man.
show 2 down.
How much that is?
2, 3, 4. You see why I say 6?
Oh, that's 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because I see you throw
Okay,
2 down.
6.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
So where the 10th one?
I don't know.
I don't know what's going on, unless that Christian man stole one.
No, you can't.
Don't say that.
Listen,
Eh? Okay. I'm going to give some ticket out. I haven't done this in a long time. I'm going to give you all a ticket because you have to answer this question. I'm tired of teaching and nobody would answer. So I got to test you. But before I do that, there's a place called the Finger Licking Bar and Grill. And their signature dishes are wings and loaded mash, also loaded potatoes and wings. And they offer 5 flavored wings: guava, barbecue, honey garlic, spice Asian, regular Asian, lemon pepper, buffalo. Now, and their number is 677-2830, 392-2961, 636-5883. So, for the young man, Gabriel Delancey, who will be turning 6 today. Yes, Gabriel, you turn 6. Tell your pa to take you there. And they're going to give you a free lunch. Okay? The number there is 677-2830 or 392-2961. This place is called Finger Licking Bar and Grill. Did they tell me where it's located? Goodness of mercy, I don't see where it is located. But their phone number is 677-2830, 392-2961. And they sell a variety of signature dishes: wings, loaded mash, loaded potatoes, guava barbecue, honey garlic wing, spice Asian, regular Asian, lemon pepper, buffalo. So will the daddy of Gabriel Delancey, Mr. International, take your son there and get it. Now, the first person who calls me and tell me the name that Peter Kruger wrote when he sat with the Prime Minister on the 19th of February will be given a supper sale ticket. St. James Anglican Church, they're having an Easter festival. And that's Easter Monday, April 2nd, 2018. And the hour is 12 noon to 6 p.m. They have chicken, fish dinner, native treats, including conch salad, conch fritters, pastries, and gully wash on sale. Now, Father, I hope you ain't got no rum in this gully wash, okay? I have somebody on the phone. Hello? Hello? Goodness me. Hello?
Hi, Rodney. How you doing?
Yes,
Hello?
I'm fine. Can you tell me the name?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Is the name Mr.
Give me full name now.
Yes, I can hear you.
What is the name of the man that Peter Kruger signed the man name?
Mr. Donor?
That is not the full name. Try it one more time.
Chantel Donor.
Who?
Chantel Donor.
Spell Chantal.
Tell us wrong, Mr. Monica.
No, it's not Chantal. All right? Next person. There's a man. How dare you call
Hello.
it? Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, Mr. Manga.
Would you like to try?
Yeah, the name is Saptal Dona.
Yes.
Saptal Dona.
Stay on.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna give you a ticket. Or you
Thank
want two?
All right.
How much you want? One or two?
Two. I got a wife.
You got a wife?
Yeah.
You married?
Yes, man.
And she submits?
She is one of the women them.
Oh, praise the Lord. Okay. Stay online.
Yeah.
And the producer is gonna come in
That's not a reconciler.
and
That is reconciler.
Okay, all right.
and get these two tickets, all right, on the adjournment. Stay on and get his number, okay? This
All
is
right.
powerful. I got another. Perhaps I should give him out on Tuesday. What do you think?
Yeah, how much questions you have, though?
Well, I have 9 tickets.
Yeah, so we could find. I got some Bible questions. I
You have a Bible question?
Yeah.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
All right, let's see who.
Are you going to take a text?
Let's see. No, I'm not going to take this one. I'm just
No
gonna
text.
I'm going to ask a question.
And it's all telephone.
Let's see who in the Bahamas is in possession of a red Bible. Because this question I'm going to ask, you need a red Bible for this. All right? And I'm not talking about a R-E-D Bible. I'm talking about a R-E-A-D Bible. Who could tell me which day Jesus Christ was crucified on? And give me the Bible reference.
Okay.
Tell me which day Jesus Christ was crucified on, the day that was approaching, and give me the Bible reference. Boy, let's see who have a red Bible, Mr. Monica.
Okay. Well, while they're about to give you that answer, right, we'll go and look at what Chester Cooper said.
Okay.
He said, Bahamians are asking if the government is engaged in something untoward and selling the country's reputation for a bowl of porridge. This is doing the Exuma Member of Parliament's contribution to the midterm budget in the House of Assembly. Chester Cooper asks, in fact, he scoffed at Oban's claim that it will grow the country's gross domestic product by 10% per annum, saying this has never happened even with large hotel projects such as Atlantis and Bahama. Okay, hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Yes, you're to Monkey Show.
Yes, sir, you are here with me. Are you answering the question put by the spiritual advisor?
You have to turn your TV down. I think that's
Yeah,
the
I
TV
am not
remote.
answering the question, but I want to talk about the East End project.
Go ahead, my
Okay, go
brother.
ahead, yeah.
I want to talk about that land that they're giving off to the people what they had for Crown land. The
April
land was
2nd.
given to ministers for Crown land. And they're taking the Crown land and selling the Crown land for their own purposes.
They're not selling the crown. They're not selling the land.
What are they doing? They leasing it?
You need, you didn't
But
read
they're leasing the Crown land, but who can benefit from that?
the
Not
Bahamas.
the Bahamian people.
The Bahamas will, yeah.
Their pocket can be greased from it.
I think that they're going to get at least 1.1 million a year, from what I understand.
But who is going
government
to
is not selling
benefit
the
from
land.
that lease? If the
It's
Bahamian people
going to
are
the
going to
public
get
treasury. The
benefit
money-
from that, or the minister family is going to benefit
no,
from
the
it.
money will go to the public treasury.
No, but the land
That's a
that
part of the
they're
HOA.
talking about is the land that Boxer owned.
Well, listen, I'm not, I don't know what
So,
you're talking about.
okay, well, talk.
No, I
Tell
don't know
me,
what you're
tell
talking
me about
about.
this land that Boxer owned.
See,
The
don't do
land that
that.
Boxer owned is
My
Crown
spiritual
land that was
advisor-
given to him under the
No, hold on.
administration.
Caller, you can't do that.
Hold
You can't do
on.
that. on the
My
show.
spiritual advisor,
If you
just
don't
relax.
have, no, if he doesn't
Relax.
have
Relax.
evidence, you,
Man, I have my evidence, man.
He has this evidence.
you
Go
have the
ahead.
evidence. Be careful, eh?
What about this land that Boxer owned?
It's Crown land.
Okay. Well, we're going to turn Boxer back. Okay?
Crown land, that's what it is. Crown land.
Get ready to march. You in Freeport?
Yes, sir.
If you see Boxer, you tell Boxer I say Booyaka.
Burka.
Yeah, take it
I
care.
don't tell you say Burka.
Booyaka, not Booyaka. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
I came to call down to the question.
Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes, he was crucified on Friday.
Really?
Yes.
No, that answer's not correct. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. you want to go ahead?
No, no.
Yeah,
no,
continue.
it's-
Continue.
The
But
question
Mr.
is
Monica,
out.
you can't have people calling your show.
I have another caller. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Are you there? Okay.
Okay.
What were you complaining
You
about?
remember now, you said earlier, and I understood the ramifications. You talked about there being a little dispute between you and Boxer. So
There's
be
no
careful.
dispute between me and Boxer. Boxer has been sending message.
But be careful how you have people call and mention his name. You don't want
What
to
you
add
mean?
more fuel to the fire.
He is a public figure.
He's not.
He is.
How so?
He's
not in politics.
How you mean he's not in politics? He's a council member of the Free National Movement.
Okay.
What the heck you
Okay.
talking about?
My bad.
Huh?
Okay. All right. So
He's almost like Maurice Moore of First Spawn. Huh? Boxer worked with the late Sir Cecil Wallace Whitfield.
okay, so he's heavy in politics.
Yeah.
Something like you.
And Sir Cecil blessed them.
All right.
All
But,
right?
let's keep the controversial stuff.
I mean, keep the controversy.
We're trying to keep your show safe,
My spiritual advisor, man, I want you to stop it, man.
We're trying
Huh?
to keep your show safe, so let's keep the controversial stuff away, man.
Anyway, so the deputy leader of the PLP says that the cost. I have more callers? Chester, look like I can read your statement today. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello? Hello, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Oh, welcome.
Yes.
Speak to me. You want to answer
Yes.
the spiritual
Yes.
advisor question?
I'm taking a wild guess. Is it Thursday? And it was the 14th of the Hebrew month?
My spiritual advisor, the Negro lady, say it was a Thursday and the 14th of the Hebrew month.
Which part of Thursday would you say? Would you say evening or would you say?
I would say in the morning.
Listen.
Because he had his last supper on Wednesday.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you have a Bible reference for me? Because I want to make sure I'm fair with you. You have a Bible reference for me?
A Bible reference?
Yeah, because it states the facts are right there in the scriptures. You have one for me?
Well, I'm remembering that from I was a little girl in Sunday school. So
I think you should
okay.
concede to her. You still go to Sunday
Let
school?
me ask you a question.
Go ahead, my spiritual advisor.
If you were to look at John, you know what? I want to give somebody else a chance. She is close.
She
but
told you
not
Thursday, so it was not Thursday. Huh?
Technically, no.
It was not Thursday.
No.
Okay, my dear, you didn't pass the test.
You know what?
Okay.
Make up your mind,
She's
spiritual
close.
advisor.
She's close.
Is
she's
it
close.
Thursday? Yes or no? I don't mind if it's Thursday night, early Thursday morning, or midday.
Let's see if we have another call.
Okay.
Let's see what we get.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello. You should ask them questions that you teach on the show. All right?
Okay.
Hello. Are you there? All right.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So the opposition finance spokesman said the country economy has never grown that much in a single year, adding this claim raises more concerns about the wherewithal of Oban. He also recounted the various revelations about Oban Energies which have been reported in the press since the heads of agreement was signed 2 weeks ago. At that ceremony at the office of the Prime Minister, Peter Kruger, Oban Energy's non-executive chairman, signed what was said to be the heads of agreement for the deal. Hello, welcome to Freedom March. Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Yes, I call and answer the trivia question.
Go ahead,
Yes,
my
go
brother.
ahead.
Okay, Jesus was crucified on a Thursday?
When
No,
you
on a Wednesday.
Right, you said. Okay. You said Wednesday. All right. I have to give it to you, but you have to give me
Yeah,
Bible
Mark,
reference. Give me the
Mark
Bible reference.
15 and 42. Because if he arose on the third day, which would have been the day before the Sabbath, because they say, and now when the evening was come, because it was the preparation, that is the day before the Sabbath, Joseph, an honorable counselor which was waited to the kingdom of God, came unto Pilate and craved the body of Jesus.
Now, does the Bible tell you which Sabbath it was? See, you have half of the question correct. You're correct. It was a Wednesday evening going to Thursday. But now, you see what the problem is, right? Because the Jews, regular...
They used to count a half a day as a day.
But the Jews, the regular Sabbath falls on a Friday evening. So if you're telling me Wednesday, that's the preparation day before the Sabbath. Now, which Sabbath was it? Because the Bible tells you exactly which Sabbath Jesus Christ was crucified on. But you haven't given me the correct Bible. You know what? I'm going to give it to you, but I'm going to give you something to look at. I want you to look at John chapter 19 and look at verse number 31, and it tells you that Jesus Christ was crucified. It was a high Sabbath. It wasn't a regular Sabbath. But you're right with the Wednesday. That Wednesday evening, so Thursday, Friday, and Saturday he would have spent.
Stay on. The producer will take your name.
Yeah, okay. They'll take it. But you're very close. I have to give it to you, okay?
You got 2 tickets.
But check out John chapter 19 and verse number 31 and it'll explain what that Sabbath was, all right?
I'm reading it right now.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that before? A lot of people have never seen that.
What Bible did you read that in?
Therefore, because it was the preparation that the body should not remain upon the cross of the Sabbath day. All right.
What does it say? John 19.
It say, because the Jews, therefore, because it was the preparation that body should not remain upon the cross on the Sabbath day, for the Sabbath day was a high day.
It says it was a high Sabbath.
Right.
Did you see high Sabbath or high day?
It's the same thing.
It say on high day.
Same thing.
I just want to get clear on the way.
It's the same thing.
I thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Give the producer your name. We have 2 tickets.
Thank you.
You will go to the St. James Anglican Parish. They're having this cookout, and that is in Adelaide Village. It's on the Easter Monday holiday, April 2nd. All right? 12 noon to 6 p.m. Let the Anglican Church know that I have been giving out their tickets and giving them free publicity. Okay? I have 3 more tickets here. I don't know how we're going to do it because I thought the man give me 10. And I only count 9. What's going on? I'm talking to you, my spiritual advisor.
I'm trying to answer some of your people on.
Oh, you're trying to answer the...
Tom Elise is correct as well. You have some people on Facebook. Let me just shout them out quickly. There are some people on Facebook who had the answer correct, okay? Nicola Stubbs. Nicola had the answer correct. There's a young lady by the name of Tom Elise Boyd. She had the answer.
Elise Boyd?
Yeah, she had the answer as well.
That must be Bishop Boyd daughter.
Yeah, so a special shout out. Let's shout out some of these people on Facebook.
Go ahead.
We want to do a special shout out. I just feel like doing this for these lovely people on Facebook. All right, you have Lydia Roll. She's watching. Then you have Sam Major. Jessica Ferguson is watching. Nicole Collins is watching. Kendrick Sands is watching. Donna Penniman. Donna Penniman is watching. Vaughn Scrivens is watching. Christine Tanquist, special shout out.
Vaughn is watching?
Vaughn Scrivens, that's right.
I want to talk to Vaughn.
Stanley Sands, special shout out. Christina Tanquist. Zant McKenzie, Nicole Collins, special shout out to all these people. Who else did I miss? Jareen Van Ray Morris, special shout out to her. And Sam, yes, we did Sam Major already. Sheena Duncombe, yes, special. Julia Lasayeth, Patricia Ann Claire, Claude Young. You have a lot of people, Mr. Mungo.
Okay, well, you can't call everybody name, my spiritual advisor.
Yeah, and they're the regular people who know. Paul Hanna, yes.
Read some text.
All right, let's read some text. But am I sure? It is something that a lot of people need to take a look at, Mr. Monica, because remember now, we have
My spiritual advisor, you must ask the people, all them scriptures you have read, right? You ask them scriptures that you refer to on the show.
Nemore, Johnson, Gaynell. Special shout out. Melanie Simonet, Hello Massany, or whatever. Ebony Hanna, Detrice Hanna. Hi, Detrice, how are you? Special shout out to my good friend Detrice and Melanie Simonet. All right, let's read some text, Mr. Monica. I got to shout your people out, Mr. Monica. They are very loyal to you. Okay, there we go. Somebody said Thursday evening. No, that was incorrect.
I have a text here. Mr. Monica, will you please tell opposition leader Philip Brave Davis that he should organize rallies throughout the Bahamas. Okay? Philip Brave Davis, a supporter from Freeport, has asked me by text to tell you that you ought to hold rallies all over the Bahamas. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
Mr. Manka.
Sir.
Spiritual advisor.
Hey, what's happening, Bonnie?
Everything good. Mr. Manka, did you hear that they give Miss Sam Duncombe a plaque today? Or some kind of plaque or, something like that today? Did you hear that?
No, I have not heard. She got a plaque?
Well, when I heard it on the news earlier, right?
Okay.
I remember some years ago you say if the shark, Russia, kill the shark and eat the shark. You remember that?
Oh, I still maintain that.
Hold
Hold on a second. Any animal that attack man should kill it.
Yes.
Okay.
But Mr. Manka, how come Miss Sam Duncombe so quiet over this stuff, spiritual advisor, over this oil thing? How come she's so quiet, and when it's time to deal with certain things, she's deal with it?
Is she compromised?
They stop all kinds of people can't even eat turtle no more. Spiritual advisor when last week turtle.
I have never eaten turtle in my life. How does it taste, Bonnie?
It tastes good. The calorie on it tastes good, man. The turtle meat tastes good.
Some people say it right, though.
The turtle meat, but they stop us from eating the pig, the cow, the chicken, the hot dog, none of them things. But they stop us from eating the turtle. All that turtle and green turtle key, Mr. Manka, you could tell me, they could put a ban on it and say, look here, once every 5 years, you could eat a turtle, spiritual advisor. Well, just banning the turtle, just say that, because people used to eat little turtle back in the day.
Yeah. I think one or two species are endangered, so Bahamas National Trust, along with some other groups, decided they're going to put a...
Last thing. Mr. Manka.
Sir?
Miss Loretta Butler Turner, your good friend.
Yes.
That's my friend, too, because I saw a couple of weeks ago, I talked about a gas station. Listen, Mr. Manka.
Yes.
Her ideas was brilliant. Now, let me tell you one thing I had a problem with her with. Them gender bills, man. She's praised them too much, and then being a problem, and she won't pass it, and you ain't it. Now, you all two would have had the hook. Right, spiritual advisor?
I guess so.
Yeah, because if she won't pass certain bills, right, Rodney Manka ain't gonna be into that. I watched Rodney Manka one time by Stephen Dillis School. Me and Papa was there. He ripped Miss Janet Bostwick and that next lady, Claire Hair Boy, into pieces. Mr. Manka, you remember that?
Listen.
You remember that?
I shall never forget that.
Boy, Mr. Manka, you ripped them to pieces, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyhow, y'all keep up the good work, spiritual advisor.
Yeah, all the best to you, Bonnie.
Respect.
Absolutely. Indeed.
Tell Boxer, deny that the land ain't Crown land. Boxer, the people want you to deny Hawkesville and Freeport, Grand Bahama. Okay.
Excuse me.
You have more text?
Somebody's saying, Paul really need to get the lights on the fish fries. Listen, the lights are being installed right now as we speak. So give it some time, eh?
Man, stop talking.
I'll speak. The lights are being installed. Here's another text. Senator, Mr. Manka, have you seen this photo of Papa and Branson together laughing at the Davis friend?
Let me see.
You think Papa is fooling with you?
No.
Telling you he's mad at death for them?
Papa is a statement.
Senator Monica, I'm concerned about the water and sewage report. Although it was adverse, did you see that while Leslie Miller was chairman, he sent $2,000 worth of bills for food from East Villa to water and sewage? Senator, how do you feel about this? I'm a PLP, but I can't support this.
Monca, 97 person die in Hawkesville in Freeport, Grand Bahama from Barco and Syntax.
Mr. Monca, the Prime Minister knows what was in that report, because when he was making the speech, he said to Davis, don't talk too quick. The report ain't finished yet. Then is that what he was basically trying to say?
Look, Menace is disgraceful for putting Philip Brave Ma inside that report. All right? Hello, folks. This is Freedom March. It's a Friday. We're going to Awaki tonight.
Sounds good to me.
Or should we go to Porterski Dock?
No, I don't want to go to Porterski Dock.
I'll be right back after the break.
Fish fry sounds good, though.
Do you have something to say to the senator? Call Freedom March at 323-7775. Toll free from anywhere in the Bahamas at 242-300-0045. Freedom March with Rodney Monker, only on ILTV. Freedom March with Rodney Monker.
Welcome back to Freedom March, broadcasting live on ILTV studios here in Nassau, Bahamas. My name is Rodney Monker. It's Friday. It's a weekend. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but read some text, my spiritual advisor.
All right, good afternoon, Mr. Monker. You pulled back on dealing with one of Papa Boy's, Larry Ferguson. As a PLP supporter, Papa is not safe, and some of his crew have plenty skeletons in their closet. Why don't you let's debate this dirty situation, Mr. Monker?
What? Read that again before this person make me sin.
Good afternoon, spiritual advisor. Could you ask Mr. Monker why he pulled back on dealing with one of Papa Boy's, Larry Ferguson? As a PLP supporter, Papa is not safe, and some of his crew got plenty skeletons. Let's debate Papa dirty men. They can't be trusted.
Papa has no dirty men. All the Papa men are clean. I have decided from a strategic point to wait until I speak with Mr. Ingram, because Larry Ferguson, to the best of my knowledge, is...
No, tell him don't do that. This my boy.
What? Your son and sister?
This Larry.
Who Larry?
Larry Ferguson, former police officer. No, tell him, keep his hands off Larry, man.
Really?
No, this is a personal friend of mine, man.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Well, I have no personal friends, but I've decided that I have to speak with Mr. Ingram.
Yeah, man. Leave Larry alone.
Huh?
Leave Larry, man.
You have to tell the F&M. It's them who put him in the thing.
Yeah, leave Larry, man.
All right? The F&M say Larry got 4,999 shares.
In what?
In the company. You didn't? Yeah.
Really?
That's what the F&M is saying. And as far as I was aware, Larry is an F&M. He said, Papa, well, I could see him and Papa coming to Green Turtle Key. And as Papa and Larry, the Conky Joe man picked them up in one of the boats. And only Larry, Papa, and the Conky Joe man sailed to Green Turtle Key. Papa didn't see me. I hit on Great Turtle Key as he approached. After Papa left, I went over to the Conky Joe man. I said, why only Papa you all bring on this boat? He said, boy, that's what the police say. They say only the Prime Minister and the bodyguard. And then the Conky Joe man said, but ain't nobody can do him nothing, you know. But that's what they say. All right? I saw Papa and Larry coming to Green Turtle Key, but I hide that day from Papa and Larry. So I am not getting in any attack on Larry until I talk with Mr. Ingram. And then if Mr. Ingram say, it is fine to fire scuds at Anthony Larry Ferguson, I'll do it. But until then, I'm holding back because I'm Papa's spokesman. And although Anthony L. Ferguson, according to these documents, got 4,999 shares, I got to talk with Papa and ask Papa, Papa, these shares clean? And once Papa say to me what the positions are, all right? So you all think I fool, eh? I know who to attack. No attack on Larry till I talk to the Right Honorable Hubert Alexander Ingram, because Papa will tell me what this is. All right? So I ain't listening to y'all F&M who trying to get me to attack Larry.
Here we go. Mr. Monker, I'd like for you to shout out my cousin Bella Sanders from Tyria cousin, Anton, her sister, and Grammy. Isn't today some kind of World Kidney Awareness Day?
Today?
Yeah, well, some of your followers want us to do a special shout out to say a word of condolences to all those who would have died or lost their lives as a result of kidney failure.
Well, we are humbled,
absolutely.
And we are
Absolutely.
sympathetic towards those persons who are sick and who may have died because of kidney and other related medical issues. Yeah.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monica. For all of the callers that call and disrespect your show, they are less than men or women. Well,
good day, sir.
That's an
Can you
opinion.
please ask Candia Dane's brother to pay the police reserves? We are paid 1 month after working, and since February is long past, we need January money. When you curse them out, they'll do a little better, but they need to be consistent in paying us. When do they want us to pay our bills? 3 months later and late. Marvin, you heard what I say? Pay the people.
Mr. Monica, spiritual advisor, the volume is extremely low on the radio during your show versus the commercial breaks, and it's hard for me to hear when you come back. I have to turn my volume.
Listen, y'all turn up the volume, eh? Because the people them say they can't hear me, and you know I got a loud mouth. All right?
Mr. Monica, we want the leader of the opposition to resign. We will never allow Brave and the former government to ever govern this country again. They're too corrupt. Should we have read that?
Mr. Monka, 97 person die. Goodness me, they sent it to me again? This is, turn up your radio volume. That's what the producer's saying to me. Good night, Mr. Monka. Mrs. Lorraine Young here. I know I was supposed to have my daughter send you a copy, but I spoke with my lawyer. Goodness me. I don't know how I'm supposed to read this.
God bless.
I don't think I would read
Mr.
this.
Monica, there are just so many smoke screens. We need jobs. Be honest, Mr. Monica, how do you grade the F&M versus your talk show?
What did they ask?
How do you grade the F&M versus your talk show?
Shout out to Miss Norma Gordon, who's against the marital rape law because she raised 9 men, and this law will see them go to jail for life. It is wrong, and she has Bible references for the spiritual advisor who's making sense for the first time on this topic, Norma Gordon. Norma Gordon, I thank God that there are women in the country who have sense and who's not listening to these feminists. Don't mind Sandra Dane. Sandra is not saved. I know Sandra. She's a child of privilege. You hear me? Sandra ain't saved. Ignore her. The bigoted Jamaican woman, don't listen to her. All right? You're on the right track. We will stand up and we will demonstrate to this country that Carl Bettel and the Christian Council are wrong on this one. I'm going to be meeting with Ruby Ann Darling and some other Negro women where we will plot a strategy because we are not going to yield 1 inch. And for every pastor who's a part of this, you better be clean. Be clean, because if you're not clean, I'm looking through all my commission of inquiry, and on Monday, if God spare my life and I'm well, I'll be looking at various Supreme Court files. All right? Because anybody who says they can put rape on me, it is my intention to expose them. All right? So, Norma Gordon, I thank you. We can't allow the devil to win. Bunch of stupid Negro people. Instead of we try and solve other pressing issues, we want to put crime on decent married man. I reserve the right to hold on my wife, and you all hold on your wife. Simple as that. And who don't like it could lump it.
Okay, good afternoon, Mr. Monica and Spiritual Advisor. We're here in North Lutheran. We're experiencing some hard times. I think the Lord is probably speaking to us. You saw the freaky weather the other day, Mr. Monica. We can't get to Brandon to work. The road is impossible. And things are so hard, Mr. Monica, and we can't even fax our MP.
Who's your MP? Who's your MP?
Is that Ricky Mackey?
I don't know who's
North
the
Lutheran.
MP.
Is that Ricky Mackey?
Is it Ricky?
I think so.
Ricky, what are you doing for the people, man? Huh? What you doing? Go ahead.
Good day, Mr. Monica. As one of the women them, I thought the first thing you would have said on the show today is our leader is happy as our leader, is happy International Women's Day. Yes, that was yesterday. You
Listen,
forgot that.
we are not celebrating their International Woman Day. We're not celebrating that.
Who's there?
Whoever it is, we're going to celebrate the Bahamas National Woman Day. I am the leader of the woman
You know,
Dam.
you know how it started? You know how it started, right?
It doesn't matter to me
I
how
think
it's
communist countries had adopted it first, and then I think the United Nations then
My
adopted
spiritual advisor, we're not
And-
celebrating their
Okay,
International
okay.
Women's Day. All right?
All right, no problem.
We're going to celebrate our own. I am the leader of the woman Dam. Don't mind Sandra.
it. But they upset with you for not saying so yesterday, though.
Listen to me. We're not celebrating that. We're having our own Woman Day.
Okay.
Our Woman Day will be called Woman Submission Day. That's our day, where the woman will submit to a good man. And if the man is no good, you kick him. We're not listening to them. Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
I think this is interesting text.
What's that?
Good day, Mr. Manka. What Carl Bethel brother, Lyle, has to say about this? When they were trying to legalize gambling, everybody, the Christian Council, had much to say. When in actual fact, there is nothing in the Bible that says that you can't gamble. But it's plenty they have to say now on marriage and marital rape. The Christian Council is doing things backwards. They have to be a group of the devil. Worship Mrs. Monica. Check it out. Look at all the pastors. What is on the board? But the Bible say that they should win plenty souls, lose their own to obtain many. We need to march against these men, Mr. Monica.
We will march against them.
Good evening, Mr. Monica and Mr.
They're
Roll.
big, black, and stupid.
Yeah, you can't do that. Mr. Monica, you
My
can't do that.
spiritual advisor.
Oh, man.
These are big,
Okay.
black, stupid men.
Wow.
What is wrong with me saying that?
I want to say something to you, okay?
Go ahead.
Do you know that you're being highly criticized by a lot of men in high places when you use those adjectives to
Which man?
describe men?
Tell me the name of the man who's criticizing me.
You're being highly
Tell me
criticized.
the name of the man who's criticizing me
I-
if I say
I would
that
not-
these men are big, black, stupid men.
You can't do that, Mr.
How you mean you can't
Monica.
do it, my spiritual advisor?
It's-
If they're
it's
big, black,
it's
and stupid,
unprofessional and
that's
it's
it.
unbecoming.
No.
You can criticize the error in their way, but don't say those words. to
That they
describe
stupid?
them. Yeah, that's.
You listen.
I think that's
listen
being
to their
that's
logic.
unkind, though.
Listen to their
I
logic.
think that's unkind.
Well, I'm unkind. They're unkind to me. All right.
That's not Christian.
Hello, welcome to Freedom March.
That's not Christian.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
You could hear me?
Yeah, of course.
Sometimes I say, good evening, everybody.
Good evening, good
Spiritual
evening.
advisor.
Hey.
Sometimes I say unchristian things too, you know. And I be angry sometimes, but you know, deep in our heart, we want to be Christian, like, right, Mr. Monica? Like I was
Christ-like.
telling just now, it's unchristian. You don't really want to be unchristian, right?
I'm not being unchristian by calling a man big, black, and stupid, if he is.
Oh, boy. You're
That's
61 now, so I can't tell you what to do.
Nothing you can tell me.
Then I
Papa,
gotta-
he sat in his way, right?
It has nothing.
yeah, I gotta respect him for that, you
I'm
know?
calling it. Listen to the arguments of these men. What they're saying goes against the natural law of nature. They're
Hold on.
black
You talking about
and
them pastors?
stupid.
Rodney talking about the pastor?
I'm
Yes,
talking
yes.
about all those who hold those unnatural positions.
So spiritual advice to
Hey.
the pastors and the Christian council saying that they okay with the government passing the law for getting locked up for saying a husband could rape a wife.
Yeah, apparently they are. And they want to introduce an even stiffer penalty than the government.
Penalty?
Yeah, man, they want life.
Did they make it compulsory now they get the government heirs? Did they tell the government to enforce the law on capital punishment and hang all of the murderers and the people who taken people's life?
Very good question, Papa. Very
They
good
didn't do that at the
question.
same time?
Very good question.
So these
Very
guys
good.
didn't get an agenda or something. Hey, tell me something. This Women's International Day, right? I respect women. All has come from women, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we have an International Men's Day, right?
No.
We get Father's Day, right? And we get
Yes.
Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Rodney, I want to know who these people is who do this thing but International Women's Day. If that's the feminists or the people from the
It's United
lesbian
Nations.
movement, if that's them funny women, them. That
It's
ain't
the
the
United
real,
Nations.
that ain't the
I
real
don't-
women them who support U.S. leader, right?
Listen, I don't know who the people are. I'm not interested. As leader of the woman them in the Bahamas,
But I think you all know when they
we will
start the
have-
International Day.
we will
Yeah,
have
there was-
woman
When they started
submission day.
spiritual.
It was started by a few communist countries. They had started the International Women's Day. And
How
then
long
it
ago?
wa-
Look,
more than 100
do you know
years.
Marion
And then it was
Bethel?
adopted
More than
by
100 years.
it was
Do
adopted
you
by
know
the United
Marion
Nations.
Bethel?
Yeah, I heard it. You mean Alfred Sayers' wife?
She's a communist. I told you what Mama say.
What Mama say about Alfred Sayers' wife, Marion
Mama
Bethel?
say that these are communists. Communists is anti-Jesus. They're anti the holy people of Israel.
But they're an
Reject them.
anti-feminist movement, though.
All right? We're not listening to them. We're going to have our own Woman Day.
Rodney, before you go, what happened? What you say? What they do? What they talk about? But Philip Davis' mother. What they say?
They put Philip Brave Davis' mother in an audit report.
The obituary.
Her obituary. It was designed in their stupid mind by
Say it
putting
again?
that. It was
Rodney?
it was designed. Can you hear me?
Say it again, please.
It was designed to.
Design. What that meaning?
It was a plan to link a person who works with Philip Brave Davis by saying her name is in his mother's obituary. All right?
Does sound confusing. So what they saying about his secretary inside his law firm when he was the deputy prime minister?
Apparently, she is.
Say he was a guiding angel.
Why don't you listen? You're not
Rodney?
listening. Eh? You're not listening, right? Licky
What'd you say, Rodney?
mama. Bye. Oh, I got to put up with all kind of things. And he's such a good man. All right? Listen, folks.
So it's Poppy you
Those
have
of
on,
you who wish to celebrate your International Woman Day, it's a free country. Me, as leader of the Woman Dam, we're not celebrating that. We're going to celebrate Woman Submission Day, when women will cleave unto the man in their lives. Stop listening to these foreign people. That's why we're in all this trouble that we are in. Start listening to them. Okay? Woman Submission Day, where the woman will submit to a good man. And if the man is no good, then you know what to do with him. So we're not into that. Any more texts? Because it's Friday. And I could use me a delicious conch salad.
Mr. Monica, I think you may be wrong because I have a husband he has a certain size and he's dark, but he's not stupid.
Of course.
So, you know.
All big black men are not stupid. You are right. But there are many big black stupid men. Simple as that. The same way, there are many tall, big, white, stupid men. But I'm talking to my Negro people because there are things that they run on with that is silly. Can you imagine that a group that claims it is a Christian council conspire with an attorney general that I'm holding back from attacking? There are contradictions, but they don't know of the contradiction. And I'm supposed to tell people everything I know because I'm that smart. All right? It's a bunch of contradiction. The first thing that you do when you're dealing with these issues is to know the people involved. That's it. Who are they related to? What is their life story? Have they made their declaration? There's a lot of hypocrisy. Watch me. Depending on the issue, I always make a declaration. If I'm talking family life, I start off by saying, now, listen, my pa's a married man. My ma's a single woman. You all really want me in this conversation? I make a declaration. Then I will debate. But you have a kind of standard. And I'm 61. So I know a lot of things that I don't want to talk about. Because it's embarrassing and it hurts people's feelings. And I know that many of the people who are participating, they are full of contradiction. All right? Why do you think I'm able to curse out some of these churchmen? I live long enough to attend Commission of Inquiry, to be about in the community, to know of some of their sins. I knew when they were not saved.
But it's past since then. And yesterday,
No.
I don't know if you gave the Christian Council a fair shake, you know.
What you mean a fair shake?
We did criticize them. We exposed their and their way. But if you read the report carefully, you see where they really are trying to introduce something positive for people who would be looking at marriage. At least the least you could have done, Mr. Monk, is, hey, you know something? All right, we see something positive here. They want
I see nothing positive.
They want to look
I
at
see nothing
counseling.
positive.
They want to look at people going through this
I see
counseling
nothing
process
positive. No.
prior to getting
I don't see
married,
that.
which is good.
No, I don't see it. What they are doing, having concluded that we should go to prison for the rape of our wife, they now trying to see if they could, soap suds us. I don't want to hear from men who tells me that I shouldn't hold on my wife. Tell me I shouldn't hold on your wife. All right?
We got some more texts. Good day, Mr. Monk. The MP for North Lutheran needs to address the people. What are they intending on doing with the impact from this horrific weather and the rage on the bridge? We need some immediate answers, Mr. Monk.
Well, don't be like the Americans who were stupid and was told of the danger and decide he's going to go to be washed ashore. So don't be stupid like him. Listen to the authorities. If they tell you stay away, stay far. Simple as that. Don't make the mistake that the young American man made. All right? Because the mistake you make could be very fatal. Now nobody could find him. His ma upset, his family upset, his friends upset, but he did not use good judgment. And then for the person who sent me the text about marijuana, medicinal marijuana, I'm not opposed to medicinal marijuana. If the scientists want to study whether or not marijuana could cure
Medical
diseases, I have no problem. I have a problem where y'all want to legalize dope. That's the problem I have. But if some scientists want to go experiment, go get the permission of the government. But I don't want mass legalization of marijuana because I have my reasons. All right? And I listening to y'all. I lived through the 1984 Commission of Inquiry. I lived through the late 70s and the early 80s when Nassau had a drug epidemic. And you think I can listen to these Negroes who is trying to open up the country to a gateway drug? Hell no. And who don't like it? Let's debate it. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monk. Very interesting show today. I'm one of the women them. I was wondering if you could give me some good sound advice on a personal matter. I know that you're a JP, and I always value your opinion. Okay, she left the number here for you, Mr. Monk. Mr. Monk, they're talking about the volume again. Your show is very
Turn up the
interesting.
volume, turn up the volume. And y'all in the cars, turn up your volume. Go ahead.
Mr. Monk, I accuse the government of liking cricket men. Wow. What are they talking about? Good afternoon, Mr. Monk and spiritual advisor. Mr. Monk, I beg you, please be more respectful in addressing the Prime Minister and people in authority.
What did I say?
It sounds so bad how you refer to them in the way that you do.
What did I say? What did I say with the Prime Minister?
I don't know. But she's asking you to be respectful.
I'm very respectful.
So it's obviously... So should I tell you now?
No. Don't confuse. Don't confuse one with the other.
How you...
Don't confuse one with the other. I am respectful to the Prime Minister, but the Prime Minister, by this heads of agreement, can you understand what Minister did on the 19th of February? He sat down with a foreign man who fraudulently signed somebody else's signature. And then Minister come and tell us, Dunham sign it. You understand what that is? Suppose Candia and them did not have the video footage showing the white man signing somebody else's name. Man, y'all don't tell me. And I must respect that. Come on. You go sign somebody's name. Marvin James will have the CID pick you right up. As simple as that. All right? Spiritual advisor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Monka and spiritual advisor. Mr. Monka.
I'm tired.
Yeah, I can imagine. We got a weekend coming. Mr.
Talk
Monka,
to the
you
people,
have a
'cause
very...
it's-
Somebody's complimenting you.
What'd they say?
On your suit today.
You like my clothes?
Yes.
The woman who bought this coat for me told me if I miss and call her name on this TV, and then she cursed a dirty word.
We got 2 minutes. Let me...
So I couldn't call her name, but this
It's
coat
a weekend. Huh?
was provided by one of the woman them. All right? And I decide whatever the woman them want to put on me, They could put on me. The only thing I don't want them to put on me is the wrong child. But they can put anything else on me. All right? But don't put on the wrong baby. Because as a man, I don't play when it comes to wrong baby. All right? But we're in trouble. The FNM is a disappointment. Major disappointment. It is an insult what they have done to us. All right? It's an insult. Menace is demonstrating every day that he is uniquely disqualified. Come on, talk to the people because this is the weekend. You hear Marvin Dame say the crime has dropped. Let's keep it that way. Go ahead.
Crime has dropped, and then
Speak to the people
yeah, have a
quickly.
great weekend, everybody. Do all the positive things. Love must be sincere, Mrs. Monica. Hate what is evil. Cling to what is good. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Never be lacking in zeal, but keep your spiritual favor, serving the Lord. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Share with the Lord's people who are in need. Practice hospitality. Bless those who persecute you. Bless and do not curse. Rejoice with those who rejoice. Mourn with those who mourn. Live in harmony with one another. Do not be proud, but be willing to associate with people of good condition. Do not be
Gabriel
conceited.
Delancey, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Gabriel. Listen, folks, don't take it gay. It's a Friday. I don't feel too well today. Government just got me upset. I'll see you on Monday.
If it's the Lord's will.
Spiritual
Absolutely.
advisor, give me a bump.
Absolutely.
This is powerful.
We'll go by the fish fry.
Bye-bye.
Good evening, everybody. Have a great weekend.
The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by Rodney Monker, his guests, callers, and advisors on Freedom March are not necessarily those of the management, ownership, or production unit of ILS, the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without the express written consent of the Verizon Media Group. Freedom March is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2017. All rights are reserved.